What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are doing 20 different altcoin requests today at the request of the viewers. We're doing it right now. So without any further ado, let's get into this. I need to carry a stopwatch, man. I need to like time myself 1 minute per section. If I go over, it's like 1 minute I'm allowed over or something like that per coin. So I can keep these, at a minute a coin. That's a 20-minute video. I'm definitely not going to do a minute per coin. I should, but I'm going to try to. We're going to move through this fast. All right, so we're going to talk about Filecoin for Kara. Spell Lotex, Vether, and Solana for Flower Child. ABT and ARB for Celos on the Solana or on Solana through Dex Screener. And then we're going to talk about Colana as well for Celos. We'll be going over Illuvium and Leash for items. DAP and Zen for Nicolio. I don't know. NKN for MOBCCR, Mobker. AIOZ for Steve Letterman. Farm for Dell. Engine for Frank Brantley. Soil for Chad Shee. Bonk for Muhammad El Mensi. Jasmy Coin for C-Zar is Good Guy, and Buddha finishing it all up for Chris Stone. That's the list. I'm not going to leave timestamps because I already know I'm going to be behind today. You guys are going to have to fend for yourselves and search through it, man, because, and it won't take that long. Other than the intro, it should be pretty easy to kind of go through which one. I mean, if you heard your coin or the ones that you're interested in toward the end, just check the second half of the video and then scroll through there. I don't know. I would leave timestamps. If I have time, I will leave timestamps. But if I don't, it's because I don't have time. And I'm just assuming at how long this video is taking to go already, I'm probably not going to have time. But without any further ado, let's get on with this bad. I don't know. It's a good video, but I meant to say let's get on with this bad boy. Top to bottom here. Breaking through your 236. Yeah, you're going higher. We'll see you up at the 382 at about $14. You probably do break a little bit above that. It's very common. What's a little bit above that besides that even number of $14? Previous areas of support right there. That's actually at 1645. So you really could go all the way up there. Somewhere above the green line, you'll probably hover around there for a second. It's very common to do that, and then maybe make your next move up to the 61869 inevitably. But it's a very bullish weekly RSI. If we look at the daily, I'm sure it looks good too. Yes, it does. Looks very good indeed. Nice volume, all of it. It all checks out. Yeah, this thing wants higher. See you at $14 to $16.50. That's all I got to say for that. So good job for all the file coiners out there. I know you guys have been waiting for some upside. It looks like it's coming. It's been happening recently, but you've got more to go. Spell token here. Very nice volume for a coin-based stock. Looks like it's breaking out of this downtrend. That's definitely a breakout move in my opinion. You've got your higher high and everything. First higher high, a noticeable higher low, I would say. You probably do come back down at some point. This is an area somewhat of resistance. I wouldn't expect that you continue too much higher immediately. Yeah, 61869 looks perfect to hit. You could pull back to your 0.5 at about 3079 to about 3065 at your 382. Any and everywhere between those green and yellow line there, those are fair possibilities. And if you were to kind of pull back to your 382, you'd kind of hold this nice little straight line up. I don't know. It would make sense. But if I was looking to buy this thing, I'd probably buy it right around the 0.5 because that could happen. On some stronger moves, you do pull back to the 0.5 and then move up from there. So I don't think this is the top. I think you have more to go. I absolutely do. But for the time being, I think it's the momentary high. I think it is. And let's look at the daily to see if we confirm that. We can't really confirm that with the candle we have. Just call it a hunch. Call it a hunch. I think that's where we're going to have our momentary high. We're going to move down, check back, and then move up from there. 1618 as well. Yeah, I feel like it's a somewhat significant area based on fibs and then based on price action too. It just seems like it. So that's Spell. Probably spent more than a minute on that, but you know what? We'll make up for it. Lotex. I believe you said Lotex, didn't you? Lotex. Let's check it out on Dex Screener. Got to verify. This counts into the time. No, I'm just kidding. Lotex here. Okay, Flower Child. Is it that's an I, isn't it? That's an I. I've heard of this one actually. Let's see. That's why the tickers are also helpful. If you know the tickers, that's also helpful. Let's see. Bearish divergence not confirmed. Looks like a pretty bearish week at 17% down so far. I would think you want to turn around from here. I would think you want to go lower. It's just crazy because if you go too much lower, the odds of going below this low are on the table, pretty significantly on the table. Let's see. If you hold above 5.186 cents, 0.05186 on a closing basis on the weekly, or the daily for that matter, then I don't have a problem with it. But if you close below this 618, likely, I mean, I should say at a minimum you'd go to this 382, but likely you'd probably take out these lows. So kind of interesting. I would think with how bullish crypto's getting with that increased volume even on the daily there, I would think you want to climb higher. But let's see how this week closes out. You still have about 3 days left in the week. Let's see how it closes out. If and when you close back above the 886 at 6.076 cents or $0.06706, when you have a day or a week close above that, I would think you're resuming prices back to the upside here. But for now, this bearish divergence would expect me to believe that you would see 5-cent prices or lower from here. So let's just see how it develops. Not a whole lot to go off of as far as like daily RSI goes. 4 hour doesn't look good, so let's see. Yeah, looks weak. Looks like it wants more to the downside. Vether VTH. Not a whole lot of options, huh? Maybe it's better on Deck Screener. VTH. All right. Well, then we will do it on Bybit, I suppose. Or maybe BitGet. MEXC? No, it's something different. VTH. Oh, no. I want Vether. VTH USD, right? Is it? Hold on. This is why the, oh, it's Vether. That's why the tickers really do come in handy. Okay, let's see, VTHO. Because sometimes I miss obvious stuff, you know, it goes quicker. For anybody and everybody doing requests, just if you can try and use the tickers, keep it simple, that helps me prevent wasted time. But let's see here. 2272 hit, bouncing off your 1618, looks nice. I like the weekly RSI a lot, I do. You absolutely could go higher from here. You're probably coming to the end of this up move before you see some kind of longer drawn out consolidation, which could take, you know, a month or 3 or more even, but it's pretty normal. Consolidation doesn't mean moving down. It can be like this, right, but just more pronounced. I don't mind the daily RSI. I think you do want to go higher. I do. Yeah, I do. I think you want to go higher. If you close below the 1618 at 0.004544, if you close below there on a daily basis, then I'll relinquish that higher. Likely you will go lower, but as long as you're holding above the 1618, I think you could see either the 2272 again, if not the 2618, all the way up at just below 8 cents there. I doubt you go too much higher than that, but that's my opinion. You're probably going to form some kind of like slightly higher high, get some bearish divergence in there, and then go down from there. And I say slightly higher high, maybe that's where you close, but you wick all the way up to here. You know, to be fair, the measure move of a pattern like this would be something like that, which would take you all the way up to about 1.16 cents. Maybe you do. Maybe you go all the way up there. But I do think you have one more leg up before you turn around. But that can change. I can be wrong on that for sure. And again, a close below this 1618 at about 0.004544, that would do it for me. Solana, man. Bottom to top. A little bit of a double top look to it, huh? That's not a friendly looking weekly RSI, man. That's really not. This is not a friendly. This is not a good week to be doing this right here. potentially rejecting this psychological resistance area of $100, at least on a closing basis. I don't like the daily. I don't like the weekly, man. I think you're going lower. I think, okay, maybe let's take this direct low here, the more relative one, because you actually found support off of that 236. That's a little bit cleaner. It's more respected technically than the other one, so we'll use it. $59. Probably a little bit below that, but with how well you respected this, I wouldn't think you go too much below it. $59. At least you're going to see $59 or less before you start making higher highs, and that's okay. Yes, Solana is very bullish, you guys. Solana is going to do probably really well this bull cycle, but it had a phenomenal run up. It wasn't checked. It's clearly showing a little bit of exhaustion right now. This would have been the time to carry on with the next leg up, and it just didn't do it. Your RSI does look bad on the weekly. Let's see how this week closes out. I could be being presumptuous. It's only down 9.4%, which for 3 days on this thing, it could turn around. It absolutely could, but let's just see what it does to close out the week. If it closes it like this, very, very confident in these prices, right? Very, very, very confident. Until then, we'll just see. We'll see what happens with the rest of this week, but I don't like the daily. I don't like the weekly. I do not like the 4 hour. They all look like this thing wants to go lower. So if you're looking to buy Solana, maybe be patient. It's going to have an opportunity to go up later. It's going down right now. ABT. We're talking about ABT on Dex Screener. ABT. Right, on Solana. Isn't that what you wanted? I don't know if I can do that, Silos. I mean, I probably can. I just don't know what to use to get there. But maybe this guy. This is on Uniswap. Let's look at it on here. Yeah, there's more historical data here, so we're going to use this. You say on Solana, so I'm assuming you mean like probably not on Coinbase, but I don't know. Forgive my ignorance. Looks really good, man. It looks super freaking good. Really, really hot. Ridiculously hot on the RSI. There's always that one in the cycle that does this kind of stuff, but man, decaying volume on a drastic level. You're probably not going to go too much higher. If you do go higher, you'll stop out at your 2618 at about $3 there. $3.02, a little bit above $3. You could go even higher than that, but man, I think you're reaching at this point, man. I think you're exhausted. I really do. Let's see how today unfolds, how the rest of the week unfolds. If you get some more volume in here, that can be a different story. I say you're exhausted, but you're clearly doing phenomenal, right? Clearly are. 60% yesterday. I guess you're not too exhausted, but that volume's looking weak, man. It's good for like what most of this volume has been, but just from this like last move, you can see the difference, right? The disparity from even this little pip up here. 62%, 60%. I mean, for a 2% difference, that's like half the volume there. So it's kind of odd to me. I would think you want to go higher. Probably at least to the 1618 or the 2618, all the way up at $3. But after that, probably down. I don't know. That 4 hours looking kind of bearish, but it's not bearish until, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the divergence right there. It's playing out right there already with that 12% drop. Hard to say because you do have lower lows and higher lows. So I'm going to say you look good until you close below on a daily basis your 2272. If you close below about $1.82 going down, and then until then I think you're going up to $3.05, somewhere in that area. That's ABT. Let's talk about ARB. Arbitrum. Also looks bad, dude. Kind of reminds me of Solana. Damn. Not a friendly chart. Really, really not a friendly chart at all. Let's get a better look at this one. Is that all the historical data we have? Looks like it. Okay. I'm going to use the Binance chart. From high to low. Come on now. Come on now. 1272 hit. Holding support on your 886, but this is where you would tend to see this follow through, and you just didn't. If and when you close below your 886, you're probably going at least to your 786 or your 618, and if you don't hold that, you could likely come like way lower, like definitely farther lower. Let's see. $382 hit, man. Yeah, you had all the right builds on it. Just the last 3 days have not been good, and the daily RSI does not look good. The weekly RSI does not look friendly. The weekly price action does not look friendly. Let's see. Yeah, man. Anywhere from $1.16 to $1.38. That's where I think you're. Let's be real. Actually, $1.16 to like $1.30 is where I think you're going. Lower to go. Yeah. Dropping low. Or was ARB, right? Yeah. Colana. See, that one's on Sol. Yeah, same old, same old. You know, this is giving me a bit of a not good feeling. The fact that you've been hugging this 50 so much and you're actually getting less reactions off of it. I know in my last video, it was either yesterday or the day before, I was more bullish on it, but man, you're getting these indecisive behaviors right here. Lower highs, flat base. I don't like the RSI. It's not bad right now, but it's set up to be bad. And I don't like the 4 hour. It's pretty neutral, but it looks weaker than it does stronger. You might be going down on Colana. Might have to change my opinion on this one. And for anybody that gets upset that I flip-flop on opinions sometimes whenever I'm presented with different data, let's be clear here. Being bullish while we're like down here or even up here, and then being bearish right here, flip-flopping your opinion while it's still up for grabs and things develop and it's different than you expected it to be, you're not getting follow-through off of the bounce off your 50. You're not going back above your 382 and instead you're finding resistance on it, like stuff like that. That's enough to change my mind. Bearish engulfing candle. It's lower highs, all of it, you know. To me, it definitely would make sense if I was bullish before, and I'm fairly positive I was bullish last time I talked about this, to now flip to being bearish. I think there's enough on here to make me think that, yeah. So likely the 786 to 886 is where you would go based off this. That'd be about 0.0055 to 0.0044. That's your range. So that's Colana. That's where I think you're going. Yep. Talk about alluvium. What is this? ILV? Isn't that like a Roman numeral? ILV? Alluvium sounds like a noble or a periodic table thing. Is it noble gases, I think. Something on the periodic table is what it sounds like. Bearish engulfing candle on the weekly as well. Set up. There's still 3 days left, so all that's presumptuous talk. But the daily RSI does look like it wants to come down a little bit. Yes, it does. I think you do. I think you want to come lower. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. 382 to the 236. We'll see how you do with that, but it looks like an area of support before. We'll see how you do with that. Right now, there are prices on the table that are lower than this low. We could see prices at $62.50 to $53.60. Let's see how you react with this $80 to $87 range. If it's not positive, really $87 in my opinion. If you close below that, I kind of would expect that you'd go to $62.50 to $53.60, somewhere around there. Yeah, looking like it wants to go lower. is what it is. Lower regardless. You're at 93 now. The minimum target I would give is $87. But at that point, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. Like, it might be a cascade of events that takes you down here, so just be aware of that. I do, at this moment, I am assuming you would go down here, but there's hope. There's still hope, but I don't really bet off of hope. If anybody's wondering why I can't talk, it's because I've had a lack of sleep, man. And it's not your guys' fault. My daughter's she's not very sick. I say she's very sick. She's got a cold. She coughs a lot. She's like not even 2 yet, so she doesn't understand why her throat hurts, and then wakes up in the middle of the night and keeps me up because she's in pain and she doesn't know what's going on and she's tired, so her natural reaction is to just cry. But here I am talking about my life. I did not get good sleep last night. And it's not because of the videos. It's because, man, I got done with the videos right on time, actually. Really, like, actually early yesterday. And it's me, man. Anytime I tell myself I'm going to get good night's sleep tonight, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get back to the task at hand here. Doge killer. Yeah, it's a wannabe Shiba, man. Look at how well that's doing for you, Doge killer. I just hate. I don't hate. I want to hate, but I don't hate. I don't hate coins like this, but I don't like them. It's like their whole identity is based off of being the exact meme that they're memeing. It's about taking that over. And when does that ever happen? Like it literally says wannabe in the name. I'm a wannabe. That's me. I'm a wannabe. It's it's like any meme of a meme that they never overtake the originating meme that they're memeing. It never happens. So that's exactly what they're saying. It's saying I'm a never will be, I'm a never was, never had a chance, in my genuine opinion. Now, can it see some growth? Sure. Will it do as well as Dogecoin or as Shiba? Probably not. Probably absolutely not. But for right now, there's really no way to do TA on something like this. Had a big pump, and it probably dumped hard because there are whales manipulating it or something. I don't have a volume read on here, so I can't really say. Big get, sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like that helps me at all. The daily RSI doesn't look too bad. The price action doesn't look too bad. Looks like really what you did was you like got away and it just came back as quickly as it did. But like really, if you took this whole like upper half out, the price action looks kind of nice, so long as you're holding above this like kind of trend line you've established here. So keep doing that. I don't mind the daily RSI. I don't mind the 4 hour either. Yeah, maybe a little bit lower, maybe about $10 lower, $8 lower, and then you're going up higher. Probably not going to do anything like this anytime soon, at least not over the coming week or 2 weeks. But over the months, you might see more days that slip up like that, right? Moments like that where you pump up a lot and then you come back down. But odds are you're probably going to continue to grind up just like this, more or less, until you get up to these areas at about 356. And I know you just closed near those areas, but watch, you're probably going to take a week or two to grind back up there. And then we could talk about this thing breaking out higher. But that's leash. That's your Doge killer, man. Oh man, you know that's what Shiba Inu's. It said DAP. Nicolaio. Said DAP. Is it this one? DAP AI. Insta DAP. I'm gonna do this one. Not enough to do technical analysis on. So if this is the one, I would say I don't know, man. Probably goes lower, and then it goes higher. But it could go way lower. It might go only like half a cent lower. I really don't know. Not enough to do technical analysis on. So if that is the one, just know I can't. I just can't, unfortunately. Zen's doing well. Yeah, let's see. 1618 hit, holding the 786 as support. Looks decent. You know, you could go lower. Sure, you could go down to about $9.16. Here you are at about $10 now. You could go lower and then go up. I don't have a problem with that. I don't mind the daily RSI. The 4-hour kind of hints that it wants to go lower in the more immediate term. But the daily looks nice. You could go lower. You could go lower on the daily, right? Hold this like line kind of like that. That's not here. Let's just draw a straight line. Right? Look, you could come down. That's okay. You've got room to run. Come down, bounce in this 50 area. You might drop hard today or tomorrow. I say hard, but not, I mean, like you're at like not even $1, you know. You can absolutely wick below this price at 916. That's okay to wick below it. Just don't close below it. You don't want to see that. And really, I guess if you do, I suppose it's okay so long as this isn't breaking to the downside. I like this structure, so I think you want to go up higher is what I'm trying to get at. Probably something similar to that last one that we talked about, leash, where it's like you're probably going to grind up. This was a nice little pop, but you're probably going to get back up here is probably going to take more effort than this right here, right? It's probably going to take more time. And then once you're up at these areas, you might see your next move up is what I would think. Yeah, you're still in your accumulation phase. Found resistance at the area of resistance, pulled back. It's okay. Probably forming a higher low and then working your way back up there. So eventually you will break out of this range. It's just probably not time yet. I would say weeks, months. You could absolutely still be range bound between about $9 and $13. You know, that's my genuine opinion. But when you see a week close above this price here at about $13.02, that's when it's go time. We just don't have that at the moment. So I don't mind the weekly RSI. I don't mind the daily RSI. I do think inevitably it will go up, but for the time being, the more immediate time, I think it goes down a little bit. Not even $1 at the most, but well, I mean, it could go down more than $1, but it won't close more than $1 below. But that's Zen, NKN, NKN. Tipping the 123, you found resistance on it a couple times, support on it even once before. Not really anything else to go off of there. Oh, that's on the weekly as well. Yeah, I don't mind this. I don't mind it. You're probably moving up more. If you move down, it's going to be temporary. Oh, maybe you do move down more. Let's see. Let's see. Hold up now. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I like it right there, man. I really do. And I don't know where my water is. I do. You might move a little bit lower down, if that, like a little bit lower. But you're probably going to hold, like the lowest I would think this thing could go from here would be about $12.75. You're at $13.26 now, so not really about 50 cents. 50 cents from here. If that, that might be your low. You might turn around from here and continue to build. That's my thoughts on NKN. And where are you going? I don't know, man. The sky's the limit. I don't know. You're still in your accumulation range, so probably not too high. When it does come time to break out of this accumulation range, you absolutely could see a move that takes you up to like 32 cents, maybe 70 cents, like ridiculous stuff. It's a very long accumulation phase. Some of the more bullish RSI readings we've seen actually throughout this whole range too. You're getting ready to break out, yeah. The only time you've seen price action above the 123 this whole time that you've been down here, it's definitely looking like you want to get up there. Just not yet. Just not yet. I wouldn't think like any of these other times, right, where you rejected here, you went all the way down to 7.8 cents. Here you rejected, you went all the way down to 8 cents, right? Here even you kind of rejected this area and you went all the way down to 9 cents. I don't think you're going to do that. I think, you know, if you go lower, the lowest I'd give is like literally about $12.50, $12.75, somewhere around there. I don't think you're going to go too much lower. I think you are getting ready to break out of this. I just don't think you're there yet. So weeks, months, something like that before you break out. Until then, just kind of consolidating. Any down move will get bought into. Any up move will get sold into, stuff like that. Yeah. I do like the volume. Kind of. I kind of like the volume. Closing above all these weeks, that's big stuff too, man. Doesn't mean you're necessarily ready to get out just yet, but that is a pretty good look, not gonna lie. Yeah. And whenever it does break, again, I think the next area you'd go to would be like at least 32 cents, if not probably like 70 cents or higher. That's NKN. AIOZ. Looking very bullish. Very weird chart. I don't know how I'm going to do TA out something like this, man. Kind of reminds me of ABT, right? Less mustard in the tank right now, right? It's not as much volume. Very strong, girthy dildos up to the top. I don't know why I said that, man. Eric Crown got to the best of me, man. That literally just slipped out of my mouth. Those are his words. I watch too much Crown's Crypto, man, which is not true. You can always watch more Crown's Crypto. Anyways, guys, I've gone too far in this video to turn it around now. I can't. So that's going down. That's going down. Oh, I gotta go check out my daughter on that note. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm probably going to have to end this video, unfortunately. Probably going to have to leave it off with this. I don't know if it wants to go up higher. I'd be surprised if it went up too much higher, but it can. It absolutely can. Let's see. I mean, close above this 886, I would think your next target is going to be all the way up at $1. You're at 26 cents now. If you can close a weekly above this 886. If not, you might be chilling for a second longer. But let's see what you do with the rest of this week. If not, you might test back at the 786 for support and then move up. That's my thoughts. But I got to end it, guys. Yep. Take care. Bye-bye.